Hi, my name is JNabNet, and in this video I want to give you some tips for making your Facebook ads stand out. When you are advertising on Facebook, you are going to be allowed to have an image on your advertisement. This is very powerful because it's the first thing that people will see before they actually read the text. They see the image first, then the text comes later, because that is just how our brains work. When you are using images, you should use quality images. Preferably, you should use pictures taken specifically for the ad. This can be easily achieved through professional images from a photo library. There are lots of them online. However, you want to make sure that they look good and are not a low resolution, which would appear to be blurry. That usually occurs when someone tries to pull an image off of Google Images and then increase the size of the image. One simple rule here, use original images because you can shrink an image in size. However, you cannot go from small to big unless you know the skills necessary. Secondly, that image adequately should relate to what it is you are advertising. Now, I know some people will say, oh, do something completely different because then it will stand out. Well, maybe. However, that itself is subjective, but I would not recommend that method. That is like a bait and switch method that used car salesmen were notorious for. As a general rule, you want to make sure the image has a connection with what you are advertising because the whole point is to reinforce your ad copy. Never underestimate the ability for people to sense authenticity from a company's ads. So just make sure that the image really does actually relate to what you are advertising. Most importantly, you must make sure that you own the copyright or at least have the rights to use the image or photo. You cannot just simply go to Google Images, grab something offline from somebody else's website, and then use that in your Facebook ad. That's going to land you in a whole heap of trouble. So basically make sure that you own the copyright or that you have the adequate rights to be able to use the images in your ads. Also, you want to make sure that the images are not likely to be seen on another ad because that could potentially destroy your credibility. So you want to make sure that it is unique. Think of it like a celebrity showing up to the Oscars in the same dress as another celebrity. Never works out, right? As I mentioned earlier, the best way to mitigate that from occurring is to have a picture that was taken specifically for the ad you intend to publish, for you or by you, and for no other purpose. Something else that you want to do in your ad is to use compelling copy. You want to draw people in by appealing to both their emotional and to their logical side. You want to appeal to head and heart in equal proportions. Next, you will want to have a strong call to action. You want to make sure that when people see your ad, they feel it's compelling enough to go ahead and click through to make a purchase or go to your website or possibly go to your Facebook page and like it or whatever it is you want them to do. You must have a strong call to action because people will not do what you want them to do unless you tell them or at least spell it out. You should also use social proof to back up any claims that you have in your ad. And a good way to do that is to use testimonials. If you are running a video ad, for example, getting video testimonials from previous customers can be very effective and a powerful tool. Whatever you do, the testimonials should be genuine. You must not make them up. They must be real customers giving their real opinions. Now, some people say that you should put a question in the headline because this draws people in and gets them reading the rest of the ad. Well, that is completely subjective and only really works when applying rhetorical questions where you know how the question will be answered, and especially true if it is a closed-ended question your audience will answer yes to. Above all else, you should be credible. If your ad makes outrageous claims, then no one is going to take you seriously. So, for example, if you are advertising for a make money online product and you are saying that you can make $1 million by this time next week, come on, no one is going to take it seriously. But if the claim is you can make $1,000 by this time next month, well, maybe that has a bit more credibility. Now, let's discuss the psychology of color, which you could use to your advantage. This is something that works on more of a subconscious level. There are many studies in this field, and some have proven things, for instance, that older people tend to like blue, purple, and green, whereas younger people prefer yellow, red, and orange. So this is a concept that you can incorporate into your advertisement. In fact, you can actually take it a step further because different colors tend to relate to different things. For example, yellow tends to convey optimism, clarity, and warmth. Orange is considered friendly, cheerful, and confident. Red is exciting, youthful, and bold. People associate purple with things that are imaginative and creative. With blue, people tend to associate it with things being dependable, trusting, and wise. Green tends to be associated with things that are peaceful, healthy, and associated with growth. Whereas gray is a balanced, neutral, and calming color. If you think of big corporations, or if you think of products that you go out of your way to buy, even on the supermarket shelves, look at the color of the packages. Look at the coloring of the advertising. Look at the coloring of the company logos. You can visualize the sort of message that they are striving to communicate through the use of colors. You can incorporate that into your Facebook ads. Finally, when it comes to your ad, don't sell. Now, I know that sounds completely counterintuitive, but people don't like to be sold to. And the best ads never feel like ads. So if you want people to care about your product or service, you need to make them feel like you're delivering a solution to a problem or a need that they're facing. One great way to accomplish this is to come up with ideas by looking at what other successful ads in other niche markets and apply those tactics and strategies to your own advertisements. Thank you for watching my video on quick tips to making your Facebook ads stand out. The next video in this course will teach you how to identify what your ad objective should be.